What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today I thought it would be kind of fun if we revisited some Innistrad Remastered. So today we are going to do a collector box battle. Most of y'all know how this works, but for those of you who don't, what's going to happen here is we have 4 participants. We're going to open this thing up. Everyone is going to get 3 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 additional collector pack of Innistrad Remastered, which we will set off to the side here. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we will have a pie eating contest. Or we will go down the line with the highest mana value rare until there is a tie no more. One of those 2 things will almost assuredly happen. That'd be kind of fun to revisit Innistrad Remastered. I'm going to speak for myself when I say this, but I thought this set was, as a remastered set, was better than it had any right to be. I thought the limited environment was a lot of fun, both drafting and sealed, if you will. And I thought they did a really good job with the collector packs. Like, they did not skimp on the bangers. 3 for J&V, 3 for Robert D, 3 for Arcade Ray, and last but not least, 3 for Frosty Doge. Good luck, everybody. Let's have some fun, and hopefully let's see some of those bangers. J&V, why don't you start us off? And in some really cool new treatments as well. Okay, here we go. We start off with this card. First card always seems to stick. There it is. Oh, hey, cool. Retro Frame Foil Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. The neatest way to cheat vampires into play. Why don't you just try to turn 2 Sorin and then turn 3 Giant Vampire, or even turn 3 Sorin and then, you know, Giant Vampire, right? That's a nice hit right there. Huntmaster of the Fells. That's also a 3 mana value. Huntmaster is a 4. Whoa, Grizzlebrand, Grizzlebees. That is a 8 mana value in the retro frame. And then we conclude with a Rockfall Veil as the pack foil. Young Wolf in the Borderless. That's kind of cool. And there are the commons and uncommons. We have a couple of things to sleeve here. Try and get the mythics right away, and or anything else of like real substantial value. And the rest I sleeve up or package up before we send them out. So what do we got going on here mana value-wise? We have a 3 plus 8, that's 11, still 11, and 15. 8, 12, 15 it is. Okay. Not bad, not bad. And I don't mind seeing those lands in the last slot. Robert D, to you. Start off with Elisa, the Forgotten Archangel in the retro frame foil. Traverse the Ulvenwald, that's a 1, that retro frame. Next up we have Rooftop Storm, neat card. Love this, love Rooftop Storm. I love the borderless treatment, it looks really good. That is also a 6/4 mana value. And we conclude with a good old-fashioned Grave Crawler. Lumberknot as a retro frame foil uncommon. Oh, Thriving Inspector, borderless, kind of neat. Morbid Opportunist, don't hate that. And that will do it there. So what do we got going on here? For ourselves a 6, 7, 8, plus 5, 13. 5, 6, 7, and 6, 13 it is. Arcade Ray, to you. Come on. There we go. All right, here we go. Ooh, Mythic Poster? Yeah! Yeah! That is Emrakul, the Promised End, and that is a foil poster version. That is sweet. That is also 13 mana value. But that is really, really cool. That's actually the first time I've seen one of these in foil in person. And that looks great. Okay, that is a heck of a hit. That's the type of hits we like to see. Definitely wanted to see one of those. Very, very nice. Second Harvest. Vexing Devil, that is a 1. And conclude with a Cryptolith Right. That is a 2. Abundant Growth. Delver, nice. Okay, let us sleeve up that Emmy real quick. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're probably in the high after this at this moment here. 13, 14, 15, 16, and 20. Let's run that back. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 13. That is 20. That will get it done. Nice hit there, Ray. Frosty Doge to you. Again, like a pretty good reason to like Innistrad Remastered, right? I myself did not have high hopes initially for this as a remastered set. And again, I thought they did a really good job with balancing, actually making it a really fun limited environment, which is something I'm drawn to, and then including sweet reprints and sweet new treatments. Okay, we start off with a Bedlam Reveler. That is an 8 for mana value. That is not small. Borderless foil Bedlam Reveler. Followed by a Westvale Abbey. Gitrog Monster, nice. A little mythic right there. Westvale Abbey, of course, flips into the Ormondal Profane Prince. Gitrog Monster, that is a 5. And we conclude with an Overgrown Farm. That's an interesting pack, because you had a couple of high mana value cards, and then a couple of lands. Ghoulish Procession, Indulgent Aristocrat. Okay. We'll sleeve up Giddy. Pretty easy one here. We have 5 plus 8. That's 13. Which will tie you for the low. So after the first round here, we have J&V with a 15. Robert D and Frosty Doge tied with a 13. And Arcade Ray in the high with a 20. Pretty good first round of packs. Let's get into round number 2. Here we go, J&V. We start off with a Mausoleum Wanderer Borderless Foil. That is a 1. Followed by a Mythic Arlen Embraced by the Moon. What do we got below that? We got a, Thalia, Heretic, Cathar, and then, of course, Arlen. There's Arlen Cord on the other side. I think it gave us the reverse side first, which is pretty hilarious. 4 mana value for Arlen. 3 for Thalia. And then we conclude... Tree of Perdition. That's actually a really good hit. After the reprint, these were way down, and they have climbed their way back up. Solid hit there. Seize the Storm. Retroframe Delver. If that had been foil. Retroframe foil Delvers are still like double-digit cards right now. Okay. We did get ourselves an Arlen, which is a mythic. I'll get the tree later on. So we have ourselves a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's 4, 8, and 12. Should probably make it so I can read my handwriting later. That'd be great. That's going to bring you to a 27 after your second pack. Robert D, you and Frosty Doge currently tied for the low with a 13. Here we go. I got a mythic. It is, Cultivator Colossus. Hey, that is sweet. Borderless foil Cultivator Colossus. That's a cool pull still. That is also a 7 mana value. Followed by Collective Brutality in the retro frame. Spell Queller in the borderless. And then conclude with a Croon Outlaw. What do you do? 3 for 2/2 first strike at the beginning of each spells transform. I'm just not very familiar with this card. Oh, okay. Angelic Purge as the retro frame foil uncommon. Nice little blood artist back there. Sure, we'll take that. Okay, let us sleeve up that cultivator. So we have ourselves a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 7, 15. That will take you to a 28, which is actually technically the high for the moment. Okay, Arcade Ray. You had a 20, largely off the back of that Emrakul after the first round. That sweet, sweet Emrakul. Get out of town. Get out of town. A second foil poster, mythic poster, and it is Avacyn. Ray, congrats, man. Just cleaning up. There's also an 8 mana value. That an Emrakul and Avacyn poster, foil posters in the same box. Man, all right, that's an 8. Wild. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is over. The high is over. That's another Emrakul retro frame. Wow. Okay. Yeah, everyone else, you're allowed to be jealous at this point. It is totally fair to not be happy with this moment. That is a 20. Or that is a 13 mana value. Followed by Vanquish the Horde, which is an 8. And sure, why not a 0 in the back? Dreamroot Cascade, which is also a pretty decent land. Smoldering Werewolf. Good gravy with this box. Like, arguably, gosh, the two best foil posters. Like, I say arguably, like, it's definitely debatable. Meathook Massacre's there. There's a couple others, but I don't know if you're topping Avacyn and Emrakul as foil posters. I guess we should add some mana values, right? I don't even know what to put on top now. Thanks a lot, Ray. Decisions. So that's an 8. That's a 21 plus 8. It's a 29, right? That's crazy. All right, 29. That brings you to a 49. This seems like you have a 21 mana advantage right now. Last pack. Frosty Doge. Ooh. Oh, it's a thing in the... Oh, it's a Hullbreaker. All right, Retro Frame Foil Hullbreaker Horde. Actually pretty solid. That's cool. It's a 7 mana value. Love that, of course, that lovely blue Retro Frame Foil. Followed by a Conjurer's Closet, which is also slowly creeping its way back up. A Thalia Heretic Cathar in the Borderless. And a Bloodhall Priest as the pack foil rare. Triskaidekaphobia. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. So we have ourselves a 4, 7, 12, 19. 7 plus 5, 12. 15, 19 it is. Just going to bring you to a 32. But today it is Ray's world and we are all just living in it. So, guessing you guys are competing for the low at this point. Jane V, technically in the low with a 27. Robert D with a 28. Arcade Ray with a 49. And Frosty Doge with a 32. Last round, last pack. Good luck, everybody. Jane V, keep it going. Pretty good box, right? Are we okay to say that at this moment in time? Here we go. Oh, sweet. Retro Frame Foil Westvale Abbey. If you're playing for the low, that is a solid start. And a Retro Frame Foil Westvale Abbey is not a bad pull. That's really nice. I'm going to flip it over here. Yeah, that looks good. Really, really good. That's sharp. Okay. Followed by a Mass Hysteria, which is a 1. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Showcase Edgar. That's still a pull, right? That is still a pull. I guess, yeah. 6 mana value and a heck of a pull. And then we conclude with Gisa and Geralf. All right. Let's sleeve up our boy Edgar here. That's 6, 10, 11. Actually, that pack started off a lot lower. 6, 10, and 11. Brings you to a 38 and sort of keeps the door open for Robert and Frosty Doge. But regardless, Showcase Edgar to go along with your other spoils is not the worst place to be. All right, Robert, you are chasing 10 for the low, which means you want a 9 or below. At least puts you in the low for the moment by yourself. 10 would be a tie. Here we go. Spell Queller, retro frame foil. Another poster, Captivating Vampires, is a non-foil. This is Captivating Vampires, which is a 3. Collective Brutality in the Borderless. I actually don't see that art very often. That's a 2. And conclude with a Collective Defiance. Pack foil, that is a 3. Cackling Counterpart. That will do it there. Let's see what we got going on here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just missed. 3, 6, 9, 11. Puts you at a 39 and does keep J and V in the low, at least for the moment. All right, Ray. Here we go. Start off with a Thalia Heretic. Cathar is the borderless foil this time. Followed by, how about, oh, get out of town. You got 3 Emeralds in the same box? What the what? The fact that this box had 3 Emeralds anyway is ridiculous. I hope you have some need for Emrakul, because you will all of a sudden have Emrakul by almost a playset. That's insanity. Okay, that's a 13. This is outrageous. Who shuffled these packs? I want words with this person. That is a Gravecrawler in the retro frame. And a Wedding Announcement. Not a bad little card. As a pack foil rare, that is a 3. And as I mentioned, it is Arcade Ray's world, and we are all just living in it. Get out of here. This is a... All right, hold on. Let me just go through the motions here real quick. 13, 16, 19, 20, right? 13, 16, 19, yeah, 20, sure. Which gives you a total mana value of 69. Nice. I'm supposed to wait till the end of the video to do this kind of stuff, but just what in the absolute what is going on here? That is... I'm going to shut off the video. I think I'm just keeping this for myself. Everyone else, pack it up and go home. We're done here. Crazy. Okay. All right, Frosty Doge. Ray, I think we can officially... Oh, God, but so there's also a Edgar... I was going to say officially Hamburglar. Hamburglar. Can't even talk anymore. Dumbfounded. Wow. All right, Frosty Doge, you're at a 32. You need a... You're chasing a 6. So you need a 5. I guess technically not impossible. For the low. 6 to tie. Anything else above that will not get it done. Here we go. Well, okay. Box just got better. You're not going to win the low. But a retro frame foil Crater Hoof is still pretty epic. That is an 8. Cryptolith Right. Followed by Cryptolith Right. Followed by a Jace back there. This box is unconscious. Just obscene. All right. We'll sleeve up Jace. We'll sleeve up the Hoof. Add up some mana values. That's 8. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? 5 plus 8, 13, 15, 17, sure. Gives you a 49, which will not be enough, but retro frame foil Crater Hoof is not the worst consolation there. So final results here. Jane V in the low with a 38, Robert D with a 39, Arcade Ray just on another planet today with a 69 there, and Frosty Doge with a 49. Jane V, you have the low. Arcade Ray, you have the high to go with your other ridiculous spoils. And here we go. I really thought about keeping this box for myself and opening it too. Womp womp. No. For whatever it's worth, I'm always happy to actually open like fire stuff for people. That actually does bring me a great deal of joy. But holy moly with this box. All right, Jane V, your prize pack. Lysa the Forgotten Archangel. Cathar's Crusade. Okay, that's not bad. That's a very playable commander card. Collective Brutality in the Borderless. And a Reforge the Soul as the pack foil. Nice little lightning axe back there. And that will do it for that pack. Arcade Ray, I don't know. I mean, we're not topping anything you pulled. I guess the question is, can we add to it? How will we add to it? Start off with a Huntmaster of the Fells. No way. No way. Yeah, how about a 4th Emrakul for you today? How's that working out for you? Is that okay? Did I do okay? Is this fine? It's so absurd. Metallic Mimic and a Haunted Ridge was also a pretty decent card. Abundant Maw. How does this happen? I want so badly to thumbnail this, but I'm not going to spoil it. But I want so badly to thumbnail this. This is... Has anyone seen anything like this? Okay, well, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I actually had a blast today. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button for me. Help me out here. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody. And be well out there.